Hi, I'm Desira, and today I'm going to be talking about ISO 9001-2015 Management Review Meeting Sample. So let's chunk it down into the three main elements of the statement. ISO 9001-2015 is the latest version of ISO 9001, which talks about quality management systems. Management Review Meeting, also known as Management Review, is clause 9.3 within the standard, which basically asks us to periodically review the performance of our company to make sure that it is geared towards reaching the strategic objectives of the company. Finally, the word sample refers to some kind of example that can help us understand what is required from us from the standard. Now, the standard specifically describes all the topics that we have to discuss within the management review. And this is done in clause 9.3.2. And I'll be going over that shortly. However, before, I wanted to explain that the management review doesn't need to be in the form of a physical meeting. The important thing as the top management gather around can be either done online or through emails, as long as there is documented information that the following items are being discussed. And also that these types of communication, that the management review is done on a periodic nature and not less than once per year. And now I'm going to move forward to explain section 9.3.2 within the standard, which describes exactly each of the elements that have to be discussed in the management review. And again, these sections can be discussed during different meetings. They don't all have to be defined and discussed within the same meeting. So, the first topic that we have to discuss during the management review is the status of actions of previous management reviews. As you might know, ISO 9001 is about continual improvement. And the idea here is that we are continually improving our products, services, and efficiency to better reach the requirements of our customers and other stakeholders. Now, the aim of the management review is to come up with actions that can help us reach such objectives. And the first topic within the management review is to discuss actions of previous management reviews to make sure that there is this level of continuity where the actions defined in one meeting are reviewed in the next to make sure that they are implemented, and so on and so forth from one meeting to the next. The second topic that we have to discuss is the internal and external issues that could have an impact on the company. As you might know, in clause 6, the standard ISO 9001-2015 is talking about risk management. Now, risk management can be impacted from internal and external factors that could have an impact on the company. In the management review, we are to review the internal and external factors to make sure that our quality management system is designed to cater for such needs defined within the internal and external issues. The third topic is where we are going to talk about specific objectives and numerical performance relating to our company. The first type of topic that we are going to talk within the quantitative, which refers to numbers, the quantitative performance of our business is the customer feedback. Quality is about meeting customer expectations and about ensuring customer satisfaction. To make sure that this is happening, we are to collect customer feedback to make sure that our customers are happy. During the management review, we are going to discuss the performance of our business as regards customer satisfaction to make sure customers are happy with our products and services. The second topic that we are going to speak about is the quality objectives, which in a successful company or person, as a matter of fact, uses objectives as the guiding principle, the guide towards which everyone is working to achieve. Okay? During the management review, we are going to review our performance relating to the quality objectives to make sure that the objectives are being met, and if not, we can adjust the quality objectives accordingly or adjust the effort that we are putting into reaching such objectives. The third element that we're going to discuss is process performance. So over here, we are talking about making sure that the products within our company, that the processes within our company are reaching the actual desired intent as set by the customers, and to discuss any non-conforming products within our company. The fourth element, which is one of the most important elements of any successful company, is the monitoring of non-conformities and corrective actions. Over here, we are seeking to learn to improve from any mistakes that are happening within our company, both from ourselves, from our colleagues, or from anyone within the ecosystem of our company, which is resulting in non-conformities. As you might know, non-conformities is when a product or a service does not conform with the requirements set for the specific product or service. The best way for us to learn is to review our mistakes and to improve from our mistakes. And in this section within the management review, the standard asks us to review our performance relating to non-conformities and corrective actions to make sure that our business is improving accordingly. Another source of improvement that has to be discussed during the management review is audit results. This relates to both internal and external audit results, where suggestions for improvement are brought up from such audits, and during the management review we are going to be discussing these actions to make sure that such actions are implemented. Finally, the last KPI that we're going to talk about, KPI refers to Key Performance Indicator, is the performance of our external providers. External providers is another word for suppliers. As you might know, the standard asks us to define criteria based on which we are going to evaluate our suppliers to make sure that we are happy with their products and services. Using this logic, we are going to make sure that we are working with the best suppliers who can offer us the most ideal product or service that we need for our business. The next topic that we have to discuss within the management review is the adequacy of resources. And over here, we are looking to make sure that we have the right resources to drive the quality management system in a way that meets the expectations of the customers and other external or internal stakeholders. And by resources we mean financial, information technology, people, equipment, monitoring and measuring equipment, software, buildings, any type of resources that we might need to give the best type of products and services to our clients and to meet the expectations of all stakeholders. Next, we are going to talk about the effectiveness of the actions taken to mitigate the risks and to seize the opportunities. Naturally, the idea behind implementing actions to mitigate risks and to seize opportunities is to actually counteract and to improve on the actions that we would have defined during the implementation. Now, the idea here is to review, and hence why it is done in the management review, to review the actions that we have taken for risks and opportunities. Of course, if the actions that we have taken are not adequate, then it is in our best interest to find other actions that would better serve our company. Finally, we are going to talk about any opportunities for improvement that management would have defined over the course of the previous period from the last management review. Now, the next section within the standard, which is section 9.3.3, defines the management review meeting outputs. By outputs, we mean what has to be the conclusion and the deliverable from the management review as per ISO 9001-2015. The first thing that I would like to highlight is that this management review has to be kept as documented information. This means that we have to have some kind of evidence, proof, in written format, which can either be done on paper, software, emails, etc., as long as it can be easily accessible by the right people at the right time. So we have to keep documented information regarding the outputs of the management review meeting. And there are three main outputs that we are expecting from the management review. The first, it is the opportunities for improvement. Okay, so we are going to identify areas that can be improved within our business, and we have to list these down to make sure that they are implemented accordingly. The second topic that we are going to document within these documented information is any needs to change the quality management system, both in terms of processes, in terms of scope, in terms of anything relating to the quality management system, to better suit the new requirements of our business in terms of the expectations of our customers and of other stakeholders. Finally, we are going to make sure that we have the resources needed for the new management system, and if not, we are going to explain what we are going to do to acquire the resources needed to meet the requirements of the management system. I hope that this video has shed some light on ISO 9001-2015 management review sample, where you can understand that it's not as such that you will need an actual sample to help you to do the management review, but there is the agenda, which is defined in clause 9.3.2 within the standard, which specifically describes all the topics that have to be discussed. And in this video, it was my aim to explain what each element of the agenda actually requires of you as top managements of company to do. So, without further ado, I would like to thank you for your attention, and if you have any questions, please feel free to get in touch. I would love to help.